press the button. And now we're live. And now I'm recording.
Greetings to all you savory maggots out there squirming in the dark, damp recesses of the internet. This is Carbon Based, a podcast where the four of us discuss three seemingly random topics. And probably get off topic a number of times. I am your host, Hutch Underbrunch. And these are my three co-hosts. Please introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
My name is Cyrus Parker, and I'll be joining us today.
My name is Jake, and I'll also be joining you today.
And finally, I'm Jason, also joining apparently.
Logging in.
How are you, gentlemen, faring on this fine early summer day?
Okay. It's a little hot.
Summer day.
It is a little hot.
We're barely gonna see the 80s this week.
Still summer.
It's gonna be in the 50s at night.
It's
all week.
Summer's dictated by the calendar.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying
It's
to you.
dictated by
It's-
how hot it
It's
is.
dictated by
How much
the-
I hate myself when I go outside.
It's dictated by the planetary axis in relation to the sun, and according to that ancient measurement, it is summer. It has been decreed! And as such, our three topics today are going to be the flaws of human anatomy,
Mirrors and why to avoid them.
And cold cuts.
who doesn't love a nice, savory, slightly damp cold cut?
Unfortunately, me.
Slightly
We'll get into
What?
it, though.
You don't like cold cuts?
What do you...
said
I mean, we're here. Let's start with cold
yeah,
cuts.
what do you mean you don't like cold cuts?
I'm just not a big fan of sandwiches. What can I say?
Is it the
Again,
bread?
It's just a cold sandwich, and I don't.
What do you mean a cold sandwich?
I like a nice plain sandwich. It can be cold a little bit, but that's it.
Cold cuts are a staple of a masculine diet.
Also,
sure.
it's just meat from the deli.
Sure, but I'd rather just get a nice solid slab of meat and just chew.
Well, that would still technically fall under cold cuts. If you just got sliced deli meat and just shoveled
but
it
it's
into
not-
your churning maul.
But that's
You-
deli meat.
Where are you getting your meat? The only place to get meat professionally is a deli.
Or butcher.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I'm thinking more like lunch.
Aren't they one and the same in certain stores?
In certain stores, yeah.
Not,
But there's a vast difference.
No.
There is a difference.
They're not the same anymore. Like if you go to Carnes, there is a meat department, which is the butcher, and then there is a deli department.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
usually like one's on one side of the wall, and then usually the meat department's in the back. So like they're never together.
For reference, Carnes is
I'm
a
about
local
to
grocery
change
store.
my gamer tag to the meat department.
That is. Look out for that. That'd be pretty funny.
So, pertaining to cold cuts, right? We all tend to have our little sacred deli slices that we return to time and time again. Jake, please enlighten me. What are your go-to deli slices of choice?
I'm a big fan of like turkey.
Turkey's a solid choice.
I do like a turkey sandwich or like a honey ham.
I'm not a big ham guy.
No?
Unless it's a fancy ham,
I-
like boar's head.
Boar's Head, I am a chipped ham type of guy, not a sliced ham. I don't like sliced ham. It tends to be too gristly for my liking. And
Cast it to the sun.
and as for turkey, I fuck with turkey as long as it's not dry.
Exactly. I was about to say, as long as the turkey's not dry.
I did specify damp meats.
That's true.
damn
I mean,
yes, not wet and not dry. It
Yeah.
has to be damp.
Yeah, anything that you're eating on bread has to have a degree of inherent
Moisture.
moisture. Yeah.
Moisture. So, are you Do any of you have like sliced chicken?
I have had sliced chicken. I usually
Not
get
a
this.
fan.
No,
Not a fan.
I get this buffalo sliced chicken, and boy, does it make my mouth and also my rectum pucker.
I do.
I don't
Not at the
trust
same
it.
time.
Oh, I was gonna say, sliced chicken has to be a seasoned sliced chicken, though. It can't just be chicken. I don't
think
want just chicken.
I think I had like rotisserie sliced. So like I like rotisserie chicken, but I don't know. I get weirded out because when I see baked chicken or rotisserie chicken, it has that pull apart nonsense. How are you slicing that? Where are you slicing to get these perfect fucking shapes?
They're not. It's a blended puree that is then
Shoved into a tube?
roasted and then tubified.
Yeah.
Gross.
You know, chicken is not my go-to. I'm not opposed to chicken, but chicken's like a weird choice of deli meat, in my opinion. I don't think chicken falls under deli meat category.
It does now in this day and age.
I am.
I was gonna say, what's your go-to then?
My go-to is the ever succulent rare roast beef and hard salami. I like those speckled mottled deli meats like salami and pepperoni and to a lesser degree Lebanon bologna. For those of you that aren't from Pennsylvania, Lebanon bologna is something that is a local food for us here that you're missing out on because you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
We
but I
make
take
sacrifices.
I take a hard fucking stance against sweet meats.
Here to that.
Yeah.
Meat should not be sweet.
Sweet
It
Lebanon
is a
bologna is gross.
It is a savory dish. It should be salted.
What
or
about
smoky?
we're this is a little off topic. What about candied bacon?
Bacon and breakfast sausage are the only exceptions to the sweet rule.
I know.
That's it.
Okay, all right. Also, I know you're not a ham guy.
I'll take that.
What about like candied ham?
I don't like it.
Not a fan?
No. Like I already said, I'm not a huge deli ham man. I do like
Because there's like honey ham and like
a baked ham.
baked ham's like I mean you put like honey, sugar, and what is that
Yeah.
cloves
Uh-uh.
and shit on and ham. It's
That's
fucking.
not for me. I huck that
Uh,
out to the pigs. The pigs.
Did you
can
say
have
you
it.
huck it out to pigs?
Yeah.
So you're hucking pigs out to pigs?
It makes them stronger. They absorb the pig energy. It's kind of like, have you ever seen Highlander?
There can only be one greater pig.
Yeah, exactly. And
The
then
world pig.
And then
Maximus
you end
pig?
up with the world pig, and it feeds you forever.
The judge pig.
To be fair, I think that's how we get the best ham. Is we just have to start feeding pig to pig.
Yeah, they got it wrong, and by they I mean scientists got it wrong with like crossbreeding for a better pig. They just need to feed existing pigs the old world pig.
Do you think that they tried that already?
No,
Because, I mean, they tried to make human hybrids.
I think they
beyond
were.
the-
I think they were. They encountered a roadblock at ethics. I think ethics didn't allow them to make the superior pig.
It's a fair point.
I don't.
Human
Human history is devoid of ethics.
except in the places where ethics shouldn't be, like in medicine and creating the swine lord.
The swine lord.
a
The
pretty
swine king.
The swine king.
So, Cyrus, you'd mentioned that you don't much care for chicken. What are your go-tos?
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
there went the coffee.
All over the table.
So
like
my
me.
favorites are like capicola, some fucking salami, like what is that? The when you go to Subway and you sell your soul for an expensive I don't even know if they can legally call them sandwiches.
Just your soul, not your wallet too.
Only in
Foods.
America.
Subway footlong foods. You get that cold cut.
It's not even a foot
The
long.
cold cut combo. Those are my faves. What's that bologna with the shit in it?
What?
The bologna with the shit in it.
You?
Are you talking about with the olives?
Pimento loaf?
Yes. That's
Oh my gosh. You know, if I just sit around and think for a second, my old man in the brain, he'll just be like, you mean this, bud.
He just knows.
My God. Why would you do that to him?
I deeply apologize. I had it in my hand and I remembered the bottle incident and my impulses.
Jake is
The
making something in his
vengeance.
face for a reference.
The long form of vengeance struck its ugly head today.
It was the washed up coffee.
So, Jake, now that your
My fucking glasses.
You're
All I
s-
smell is coffee.
shame is out in the open, how do you feel?
About what? That I got slapped in the face with a brag of
Ooh,
coffee?
what's that stringy meat
I'm sorry,
that they
stringy?
put on cheese at the local food stores?
What are
Mine
you
I thought was
talking
string
about?
cheese.
It's like an Italian meat.
Is it like that super thin meat?
Yeah, super thin meat. It's not capicola.
It might be capicola.
I'm not gonna look it up.
That we don't do that here.
We don't
Nah.
look shit up
We don't-
unless it's absolutely
If
necessary.
I don't know it,
Okay, I've returned. I apologize for both spilling almost an entire cup of coffee and then hitting you in the face with it.
You know,
the
Shit
napkin,
happens.
not the actual cup.
yeah, it wasn't assault. Let's clarify that.
There isn't a man crying on the ground right now after being hit with a porcelain cup.
And
So what
now-
about you, Jason?
Jason!
What are your meat preferences?
Just solid pork. Listen, just put pork
Man.
inside of a slow cooker for like 10 hours. Don't even season it. Literally just pull it out, peel it off, and just start eating. I know it's a bit of a take.
peel.
What do you-
Yes.
What are you peeling?
Grab your hand on it
I've-
and just start peeling.
I've learned
Like a whole
that
hog?
I just don't trust your taste
I don't
in
either.
food.
What kind of
shouldn't.
pork?
I don't know. It's from the store. It's a giant piece of pork.
There's different cuts of pork.
Like pork butt? The
Could be
slave
pork
cut?
shoulder,
Probably doesn't matter.
tenderloin.
Yeah, are we talking like a pork loin? Or are we talking?
I think it's a pork loin.
Pork loin.
Does it
is
have ribs?
You can't slow cook a
No.
pork loin. It'll get tough
So I
and
guess it's not
dry.
pork loin then.
Is it tough and dry when you pull it out?
No, it's super soft and juicy
It's not
Okay,
pork.
okay. While we're on the topic,
and fatty.
Are you
While we're on the
making
topic
pulled
of-
pork, then?
Oh yeah, that's the term.
So it's pork butt.
Yeah.
Butt.
pork butt.
Okay.
It's the
Okay.
slave cut.
while we're on the topic of meats,
Maybe some salt in there.
how do you eat your steak?
Ooh, the infinite question.
I'll start. I get medium rare, mushrooms and onions.
Mushrooms and onions.
Yeah, get them caramelized.
Do you not like how steak tastes?
I mean, steak tastes great, but adding things that also taste great make it taste better.
I guess. I gotta say medium rare. Addings. I guess the like Parmesan cheese.
On steak?
Yeah, you never had that? Like
No.
Parmesan encrusted
Like a
steak.
What the fuck?
Yes, I have.
Crust?
Oh, it's
Mm.
pretty good. It's pretty good. And I'm not a fan for crunchy cheese. I'm not here for it
Who-
ever.
What the fuck?
Crunching your cheese.
You haven't seen the whole craze where people are literally putting down shredded cheese on like a flat top first, and then that's like the topper is like a crispy cheese.
That's not what I'm saying. What the fuck to?
Oh.
I'm saying what the fuck to? You don't like crunchy cheese?
No, I don't
you
like crunchy
are
cheese.
In the vast minority of people.
I
I kinda
am
beg to differ.
what the I don't know who would call this. I am a cheese. I am actually a lot of food purist. I don't feel like there should be too much done to certain foods, and I feel like it ruins.
You're
it.
talking about putting Parmesan on steak.
Yeah, I mean that's like the the example, not the rule.
Yeah, but you gave him shit for onions.
Yeah, but that's like I like. I'm just saying that because like I've had it before and it's pretty good. But like my is just, it's just medium rare. That's it.
Listen,
There's no toppings.
the only way to eat a steak is rare. Marinating in its own juices.
What about Pittsburgh Blue?
Pittsburgh Blue is also fine.
Nah.
It's barely even cooked.
That's the idea. That's where all the flavor is in the meat.
Yeah,
You're cooking
medium
the
rare gets you
flavor
there
out.
still.
Maybe it gets you there.
Why
I need all that.
at this
succulent
point?
flavor.
Even cook it if it's Pittsburgh Blue?
Well, because there's still bacteria and stuff you gotta sear off.
I guess.
And also,
Ugh.
with when you're doing a Pittsburgh Blue, you still get that seared flavor on the outside
Yeah.
while maintaining the integrity of the cut of meat on the inside.
What if you just smoke it?
Smoking meat is an excellent means of preservation.
Oh yeah.
I want to try rare, but I'm scared to get sick on rare.
You're not
You're
gonna
not going
get
to get
sick.
sick
I-
unless you eat like rare chicken
Yeah.
or pork.
Yeah.
That's
Don't-
fair.
Those are the two meats that have to be done.
Red
That's
meat.
why there's no color difference.
yeah, red meat is fine if you just make it rare.
You can literally Pittsburgh Blue is literally pan is super hot. The thing goes down for 5 seconds. You flip it 5 seconds onto the plate. That's it. It's still cold in the center.
Yeah, you're just searing the outsides.
Yeah, it is cold. I'm not a cold meat guy.
I will say this: I'm not a super big fan of steaks being that rare.
Yeah.
Um,
So you like a warm rare.
I like a warm rare. Yeah, I still like it to be red, and I like a raw center.
Yeah, so you like it seared on the outside, but all the
Yeah.
juice
I
is
like
still
the
in
pink. I want it pink throughout.
Like
Oh.
your ladies.
there. I'm also a pink. Yeah, I'm a pink guy as well.
Well, I think that fairly covers our preferences in
Except
meats
for
and deli cuts. Oh yeah,
Jason.
Yes.
How do you take your steak, sir?
Well, usually medium rare. I do like the juiciness, especially when there's fat involved. I especially like it warm, I will say. And I do want to try rare. I just haven't yet. But
I'll
mostly
never
medium rare.
try it.
It elevates your dining experience.
Were you always a medium rare, or were you always a rare? Were you always a medium rare? Were you always a medium rare?
Always.
I've always been a rare.
I had medium for a few years before I tried medium rare and said, never going back to that.
As a young child, I didn't know any better. And I was, one of those kids that was like, it has to be done. It has to be cooked. I don't trust meat.
If
so
somebody
I used to eat
hands
well
me-
done.
If
Knew
somebody
it.
hands me a cut of meat that I need to like chase with a sip of water, I will start a holocaust.
I
It
also
does ruin
used
the
to
flavor.
really, I mean, I still do, which sometimes I wish to get like medium steak and just fucking drown it in A1 because I fucking love A1
A1
sauce.
So good and tangy.
is heresy. I hate it.
A1
Why do you
is-
hate A1?
A1 isn't
It's-
heresy, it's heroin.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Oh
It's
my
pretty garbage,
gosh.
I think
honestly.
it's the worst out of everything I've ever tasted.
God, I used to dip
Hard-
fries
hard,
in it.
Hard
hard
stance.
stance.
I hate A1.
That's a hill to
Interesting
die on.
hill.
It is
you
a hill I
have
will
there.
forever die
I think
on.
I'm going to die in that hill with Jake there.
Oh my gosh. Like,
I-
you know how hard it was
I
to
stand
switch?
in solidarity with my A1 brother, Cyrus.
Listen, I've tried A1 many times, and every time I'm just like, why do people eat this?
Because it's fucking delicious.
Because it is heresy on
Do you
my
know how
taste buds.
hard it was to switch from well done steak with A1 to a medium rare steak?
Listen,
Because at
been
the end of the
hard.
day,
if I was lost in the Arctic with like a party and we ran out of food and all we had was a bottle of A1, I'm making it.
drink it up.
I mean,
I mean, I
listen,
would
It's got
too,
calories.
if I had to, sure. If I was given a well done steak, maybe.
Who am I kidding? I'm eating Gerald.
Yeah, it
from
adds
next door.
juices to it. It's acidity.
you
It
know,
breaks
I-
down the.
I
To
might.
be clear,
Fibers
I was
might.
talking about seasoning my friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
with
course.
A1.
I mean, if all you can taste is A1, are you really eating human?
So why don't you just eat A1 with your medium rare?
Because medium rare needs to be left alone because it's perfect.
So if you like A1 so much, why don't you replace the milk in your cereal with it in the mornings? Why don't you get a A1 transfusion in your blood?
So I still to this day when I have A1, I'll dip fries in it. I'll dip chicken nuggets in it. Like I love A1, but like cereal, I don't like that analogy where people are like, I put it on my cereal. No, you shut the fuck up. It should nothing should disgrace cereal.
I eat dry cereal.
That's fine.
You put the milk at the cereal first.
No, we're not getting into this.
Oh, but
no,
we
because
are.
I'll stab somebody if they say the wrong answer.
The correct answer.
Milk first.
He's getting stabbed.
It looks like someone's gonna die.
It is not milk first.
I knew what would trigger you, little soy boys.
Soy boy.
He's getting
Hey.
soy milk.
I have had this staunch belief since I was like 5. It makes no sense to put milk first. Then you can't
I
put
think
as much cereal in it.
You also don't know how much milk you need.
I'm going to tell you
Exactly.
how I do it. And I don't think you're going to like this either.
He pisses in the bowl.
I pour them in at the same time. Cereal box in one hand and milk in the other.
Bit of blasphemy, but it's more acceptable than the latter.
I don't know if I hate that.
I think it's okay.
Because, like, are you efficiently pouring both at the same time?
It's like
Or is it a struggle for the cereal?
it's kind of like a convulsive, erratic shake of both. Like I have Parkinson's.
So the milk
Okay.
just gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a disaster.
I mean, so like I've noticed if anyone's a big cereal person, they the bottoms of the bags are no longer slightly glued to the bottom. So like as you
Convenient.
start going, the whole bag
It just
slides
slides
out.
out.
Super inconvenient.
Hey, when they stop putting prizes in the bottom of cereal,
a while
It's been a
ago.
bit.
we should
A real long time
we should
ago.
return to that.
Now it's the
You know
rebate
what?
stuff.
We're
the
just gonna-
sweepstakes.
Gotta make the carbon cereal, and it's
Okay.
got a prize. in
It's
it.
just black
Switchblade.
lumps of sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Put a
right.
Swiss blade in the small containers and sell them to schools.
So
Mirrors.
I want to move on, yes, to mirrors and why they are to be avoided. This was your topic of choice, Cyrus. I would like you to begin because
So-
I'm incredibly curious.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching horror movies since I think my first one was 3 years old with my grandma. It was Dusk Till Dawn. And
such a good movie.
it ruined me. So, and my ADHD brain likes to think things are real sometimes, and that most things exist.
You know
so
what?
I won't be in a bathroom with the lights turned out if I can look one way and see my face in a mirror. Nope.
Okay, so
I'm
this
gonna lock
is
the door
this
and
is an
close the light.
interesting topic that you've stumbled upon here. I also have very early memories of being with my grandmother and she putting on horror movies that are way beyond age appropriate. Mine wasn't from Dusk Till Dawn. Mine was Child's Play and Species. Those were the movies my grandmother would let me watch when I was a kid. And I was like traumatized by them, but I also developed like this deep love for them.
I couldn't sleep for days.
I liked it though. There was like something really attractive in these movies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was like a new world was being opened up to me that previously didn't exist to me in my childlike innocence. The world of human cruelty and suffering.
I think by the time I was 8 years old, I was up to date on horror movies that had happened by then.
All-time favorite horror movie
What genre?
of horror movie?
Yes, because I have favorites in different genres.
What do you define as different genres in horror?
Psychological thriller, or psychological horror, the weird ghost horror movies.
Okay, so
slasher films.
I don't think that thriller is horror or psychological is horror.
psychological would be Hellraiser.
I don't
it took
know.
a bit of smarts behind all the killing.
I don't know if Hellraiser
Um,
falls into psychological.
Scream was a psychological
No,
killer.
Scream is a slasher.
It's a little both,
Scream,
but yeah,
Scream
it's a
is
slasher.
An old school slasher. So just hit me with your favorites.
Favorite slasher, Jason Voorhees. I will always say his mother ruined the films. The first one was the worst with his mom. I do appreciate it for what it is, but I think it really took off when he came in. I don't count Freddy Krueger as a slasher. I truly don't.
We're going to have to delve into this a little more. Because Freddy
Krueger's my
is
favorite
my
psychological because you don't... If you think about it, the first one, you barely see any slashing or him actually murdering things. The claw marks come on, and then the blood bed scene.
Okay, so listen, Nightmare on Elm Street is what I would consider my favorite slasher, because Freddy Krueger is the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise was born of the era of slashers from you have Nightmare on Elm Street, you have Friday the 13th, you have Halloween, Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I would you have Child's Play, and I wouldn't put I completely lost my train of thought there. Yeah, so you have those main ones, and this was like that's what I was going to say. I wouldn't put Hellraiser in slasher. Hellraiser stands in sort of like a category of its own.
Yeah, because there was murder in it, but there was like a psychological, supernatural kind of like it had to be a little bit of a smart.
But I want to get into what you just talked about with how the Nightmare on Elm Street, you don't think it's a slasher movie because it didn't show any actual murders. I believe that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, I believe that to be a perfect horror movie that remains as such today, even standing up against time and the advances in cinematography, because it was a primarily psychological movie. It showed not the terror of the victims, it showed their descent into madness through terror. And also, in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I just recently rewatched within the last 2 weeks, never once in that movie do you ever see
the chainsaw murder?
An actual murder take place. Oh. I mean, you see him killing people, but there is never an actual like framed.
So it's like panning on him while the chainsaw's going into the person,
or from behind. And they manage, and it wasn't something I ever noticed until I just recently rewatched it because it was so well done.
I gotta say, to you two gentlemen, I'm just not a fan of horror movies.
Is it like you don't think they're good, like good enough, like they don't scare you, so you don't find merit in it?
A little bit of that, yeah. I'm like, I don't really get. They don't like make me scared, so I don't really see the point.
Well, I mean, horror movies have not gotten me scared in a long, long time, but it's my ever-present search for one that will finally make me scared again, like I was when I was younger watching some of these movies. Like the ones that I really like that kind of get me, I don't really like them. They're like a love to hate kind of.
You know what movie actually made me scared, and I was like in my early teens when it came out, was The Ring, which I saw in theaters, and I was like
hated The Ring.
Genuinely fucked me up.
Hated it.
I know the premise, and it's just Okay.
Weird girl crawls out of a TV and kills people. There's nothing you can do about it.
It was the beginning of the age of jump scare
Campy horror.
atmosphere.
Not campy. Never mind.
But I will say all-time favorite horror movie for me, and it's a two-parter because it is the original as well as the remake, which I think is borderline better than the original, and that is The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead remake, not the one that most recently came out.
I still haven't gotten a chance to watch the original Evil Dead remake.
The original Evil Dead remake does deviate somewhat from the original, but I think it was very well done.
When you see Rise, have you seen it yet?
I haven't watched
Oh my
it yet.
gosh. It is golden. They even throw a part that would really put home at the Ashy Slashy. Ash Williams. The ending of that movie is very, very Bruce Campbell heavy, and you can tell he had a heavy hand in it.
So, to get back a little bit onto topic here, have you seen the movie Mirror or Mirrors, the horror movie?
Mirrors. No, I saw the horror movie. Not Black Mirror. That's that weird, fucked up Netflix thing. What is it? It's where there's like the brother and sister. They find a mirror that they claimed drove their father insane. That led him to kill the mother.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like the mirror will actively, like when they're trying to break it, it will actively trick them into not breaking it.
So the movie Mirrors is a really fucked up horror movie where there are sort of like doppelgangers of yourself that exist in another world beyond mirrors, but they're malevolent and evil, and they seek to kill you through their own actions. So like there's this scene, and it's like an iconic scene from this movie where the female protagonist is taking a bath, and her reflection in the mirror reaches up and grabs her own lower and top mandible and begins to rip her head in half, which is happening to the girl in the bathtub, and it is so gruesomely grotesque. It's awesome, but also terrifying.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal if there were just evil mirror people.
What would you
Mirrors,
do against
though-
it?
Is their goal in that movie to replace them or just kill them?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since
There's
I've seen
that. I think it's Us is the one that's semi-mirror based, where there's a whole other world of people and they're trying to replace you.
Us.
Yeah, I believe it's Us.
I think you're talking about one of those what's his name movies that I was discussing before we got on the podcast.
Yeah, the one you don't like.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
The movie I was talking about was Oculus.
Oh, I've heard of this movie. I've never seen it.
Very
though.
good movie. Yeah, it essentially like if I'm correct in remembering how it like the start of it is their dad or mom got this ancient mirror. His dad put it in his study. He started like looking at it. It basically made him believe he was having an affair with this I guess babysitter or maid or something. And it turns out there was nothing, but it tricked him into killing his wife, almost killing his children. One of them went to a sane asylum because he wouldn't stop saying that the mirror basically had his dad kill his mom, such and such. The other one just lied. And then she spent her life trying to obtain the mirror to destroy it and prove on camera that it was evil. And throughout the movie, it's basically it's constantly messing with them. Plants are dying around it, and she has it testing where there's a certain radius in which it kills everything in that area. And every time they try to break it, she has this giant boat anchor on a a thing in the ceiling that all she has to do is push a button, and it's also on a timer, that it will break the mirror. The mirror like turns off the timer. It makes the button stop working, but it makes her think the button's not working. So she's like actually not pushing the button when she thinks she is. It like makes her think the timer's off, so she gets in front of the mirror to like see what's going on, and then the timer goes off.
And
it almost gets her.
Yeah, like some Final Destination
Yeah,
shit.
so like the mirror is like at all times seeking self-preservation in also fucking with these people's lives.
So
I really got to say, I've never understood the fear of mirrors.
I don't like it.
well, so
You don't like your reflection?
I don't.
I don't even have to see my reflection. It's essentially deep-seated fear from the darkness in mirrors.
So mirrors. Now I'm not privy to the details. I'm not well educated on this matter, but
Like how they work?
I'm pretty sure that the superstition surrounding mirrors is an ancient thing.
I mean, it is. It kind of ties into possibly somehow our third topic, but it's like a sign of intelligence is recognizing yourself in a mirror.
Well, there's
So-
that, but there's also that there are cultures that believe that it reflects the soul.
Yeah, that too.
And I also think that there is an inherent uncanny valley sensation that we occur when we perceive ourselves in a mirror. I don't think we were ever like really intended to see ourselves.
Yeah, I guess our biology wasn't built for it.
So it's weird for us. It's just inherently weird for us to lay eyes upon our own self. It's like seeing
I guess more
a doppelganger.
Yeah, it's like
It's like it's a familiar stranger sensation.
not supposed to see your own face.
Yeah, like
You are talking about like a mental state of mind on seeing yourself in a mirror. I am merely talking, which is why we went into the horror movie thing. I've watched so many horror movies that my brain won't not think that if the door is still shut in the bathroom and I turn off the lights too early and I look at the mirror, I'll die.
What? Just like straight up?
For sure, something will get me.
What does that mean?
Something will get me.
and that's another thing.
deep-seated.
That's another superstition
Like a portal?
around mirrors. Yes, is that they represent
Portals to hell.
portals. Portals to hell.
Well, there's
know-
like what is it? I can't remember if
You don't
it's
even-
if it's Wiccan or if it's something.
Oh,
But,
don't
like,
fucking get me started.
Mirrors
Fucking
are
wicked.
like portals to places, so you never like if there's one that's negatively charged, air quotes intended, it can be a portal to somewhere with a malevolent force. That's why in those movies where they cover up the mirrors, when there's like a possession movie or something like that, they cover mirrors.
We should harness the magic.
John Constantine could see in the
That's
fucking
another
Keanu
thing.
Reeves movie.
Mirrors have been used for centuries in divination and scrying.
Evil nonsense.
When I was younger, I used to believe that I distrusted my reflection. I thought that it was like a separate entity whose job in the universe was to perfectly mimic me. And I would
That's-
stand for hours on end and stare at
Waiting
my
for him to slip up.
I would. And I'm serious. I spent
That's
night
amazing.
after night doing this.
Insanity.
How are you
that's
not in a
great.
psych ward?
Why?
Have you never told anyone that?
No!
That's why. That's why you're
yeah.
not in a psych ward.
I have been in multiple psych wards, and none of them have involved mirrors.
I feel like if you told someone that,
You got
like
out sooner.
a psychiatrist,
Why,
that
it sounds like
you
it's
wouldn't
a
have
sound,
gotten out.
It's a sound theory, right? We have a
It
purpose,
It is a
right?
terrifying theory. Albeit maybe more terrifying than my irrational fear of monsters.
Well, you're welcome for your fresh new nightmares.
I mean, I don't look in mirrors. I don't.
Stare into your reflection.
The only time I'm ever looking into a mirror
listen to me.
is shaving.
Listen to me.
My taint.
Dedicate 1 hour of your life.
Never.
Stand in front of the mirror and lock eyes with yourself.
It sounds like you were scared of your own self-reflection.
And just stare.
Nope.
I've
You can't make me do it.
Wait for it to blink.
That's ominous as
Wait,
well.
the fact that you're still saying it. Wait for it
Well,
to blink.
yeah, you can't.
I
You
think
can't
he's been
assign
stolen,
a gender.
guys.
You don't. It's an otherworldly.
Are you
supernatural-
telling
been
me
stolen.
that at this day you still semi-believe it?
I'm neither going to confirm or deny.
He saw something after the hours
That-
on end.
Yeah, he saw that slight flinch and he just didn't say anything about
All
it.
I'm saying is, don't fully trust.
Let
that
me-
that your reflection is controlled by you.
I have a question
What?
about this then. If you were to break a mirror, does that make more of them? Like, is there one in each mirror?
Yeah, if you make fragments, yeah. Yeah, it's like that scene in Fantasia where
That's terrifying.
Mickey Mouse is, I think it was a broom he was chopping up, and it just kept turning into more and more small brooms
Ah.
and dividing.
So
Terrifying.
Which also, for a child's film, that scene was pretty terrifying.
So is there a you in each mirror, or is it one across all mirrors, and then if you break a mirror, it makes more?
I don't know. I don't fucking know
It's
this. I don't
pieces
know
of a
the
whole.
logistics behind this entity and or entities or how they operate.
Fair enough.
It's pieces of a whole.
I have.
Maybe there's just like one entity that's assigned to you through any mirror that's present.
Oh, maybe.
What if it's like your guardian spirit?
Like, okay, here's
that
something
could
we
be
can. Here's something we can all relate to, right? You are in Walmart trying on clothes, and you're standing in the dressing room, and on both sides of you is a tall mirror, and it creates the infinite mirror hallway with infinite U's. How many times have you stared waiting for one of those U's to do something different than the other ones?
Nothing. 'cause
Never once.
I don't think I've ever stood between two mirrors.
Imagine
before.
standing there in the
What
changing
changing
room.
rooms are you going to? They have
Imagine-
2 mirrors.
Just imagine this. In the infinite corridor of mirrors, an infinite line of view, and then suddenly, distantly, down that line of view, one just steps out of place.
I mean, that would
One
be,
like trips.
Yeah.
that would be awful.
Or
but,
one just
That'd be
little
amazing.
head peeks out around the shoulder of the one in front.
Don't do this to me.
So
I'm
You're
just
creating
saying-
another irrational fear for
I'm
me.
just saying you
All
have
around
to
mirrors.
It's
consider the
happening.
possibility that we don't fucking know what's going on.
I have enough irrational fears. I don't need another one. Like, I know, well, we all disagree on this, except for me. When I say this, I don't like stillness.
In the sense of
Dark stillness, where there's no wind, there's no birds, there's no bugs, there's no noise.
does
is
it make
just
a difference whether it's inside or outside?
Not at all.
I think it means if it's
Both.
intentional
You don't
or
like
not.
perfect, tranquil, dark silence anytime.
If I can see that nothing is moving in that silence, it terrifies
Would
me.
it
I'll
unnerve
run.
you? Would it
I'll
unnerve
run.
you more if in that silence you suddenly heard a sound?
No. The sound would make me feel safe.
that's
What if it was a
insane.
creepy
That's-
growl?
Outside, absolutely not. I would hate it. Inside, I would be like, something's up.
What
But I
because
wouldn't be
houses
scared.
make noise.
Here's
There should never be a moment when houses don't make noise.
See that? I agree with that.
Inside, it wouldn't bother me. Outside, it is profoundly unlikely for it to be absolutely silent and absolutely dark. And
No,
if
no,
it
no, no,
were,
I'm not talking about absolute darkness because there can be moon darkness.
okay,
But it's the fact of there's a little bit of light, that pale light from the moon. There can be but there's no wind, no bugs, no birds, no noise, no nothing.
See, that wouldn't bother me.
And I used to live by a highway, like a block or two away from the highway, and it would still unnerve me to the point where I would run.
No, I'm here for it.
What if there's just a time stop monster that
There's
stops
too much.
time?
There's like too much
and
light
chases you?
and too much noise in the world that you have to like appreciate those moments of perfect stillness.
I hate the light. I really do. All my concussions affords me a better life without having to have lights.
We're
because
gonna
I
kidnap
can't handle
you and put you through exposure therapy.
I don't think you should.
I think we're going.
I think you're
to.
gonna break down my psyche.
He'll die.
We're going to
I'm here
build
for it.
up your psyche.
I don't think you want to see me scream and cry.
We're going to empower you.
I don't. You have a bully's sentiment to this.
It is not a bully sentiment. It's
All right.
It's therapy through exposure to your fears. It normalizes.
Willingly doing that is helpful. Doing it
Actually,
against your will.
most
this
time it's against
this
your
type of therapy, it doesn't matter if you're willing or not,
It'll happen regardless.
Well,
because your natural survival instinct will make you find a way to be okay with it.
I don't think it will.
It will. We're resilient creatures that endure.
so
what
I
we're made
haven't
for.
stared nearly as long as you have, but
But you have.
I have stared.
Uh-huh.
But all I see is myself and what I could be.
And Peter, his little mirror monster friend.
Well, no, I
God.
see.
Oh my God. What if you were like staring at yourself in the mirror and that thing happened that I just described in the hallway where like perfectly aligned with your reflection, a second one peeked its head out from behind, just like a sliver of an eye, and then it went back.
That would be awful.
That sounds
Call
horrible.
in
Do you guys-
exorcist.
I'm sorry for interrupting,
That's
but
fine.
what would you do at that moment if like you and that little sliver of a thing caught eyes?
I'd have a fucking aha moment where I'd be like, I fucking knew it!
And then
The
die.
jig is up, and then it would know that I called it, and then the ruse is up, so it could drop the ruse, and then we could have a conversation about what it's like, where it's from.
I think it's
think
just
it's
going to
gonna
kill
kill you. Yeah,
No, it's not going to kill me.
for sure.
They can't-
No, I will reign superior.
The
over
thing
it.
is, they
whole-
can't pass through though.
that you know of.
No, they can't.
Maybe its job is to stay on the other side of the mirror.
Listen, it's a replicant of me, which means that I'm the original and I'm stronger, so I defeat it if it tries.
Yeah, and what's to stop it from wanting to become the original or claiming
Well,
to be the
that's
original?
that's what it would try to do.
What if it's
Do
just
you have
training?
any sort of reflective surface in your room?
I mean, I guess my television screen.
Boom.
take you in your
While you sleep, swap.
I can't.
Swap you.
No.
So you don't think like 30 or 40 of you wouldn't be able to take down one of you?
I don't think there's 30 or 40 of it. I think there's one.
Just one?
Yeah. I think there's just one.
So you think one fresh you wouldn't be able to take down groggy, half asleep you?
No. Not a chance.
But it's you.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, but
So
I'm,
are you
I'm
saying
the
that
original.
groggy and half asleep is more spry than awake and alert you?
Yeah.
Drunken fist.
Yeah, you wake up with alarm bells. Your adrenaline's already going.
What if you're already halfway into the TV?
Good. It's taking me to its home turf where I can take over.
Yeah, and then it jumps out into the real
No,
world.
it doesn't get to jump out because it pulls me through the TV screen. Where on the other side, I fuck it up, and then I assume its place in its world.
Where does
So
that
you just
leave the
disappear.
you in this world?
No, I now have free access to go between worlds because I've destroyed.
Oh,
the other
got
one.
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I now rule 2 domains.
But do you know what color their domain is?
I think it's a bluish gray.
It's-
Chartreuse.
It's actually green. Mirrors are all green.
What?
It's chartreuse.
Every
shit, it
mirror in the
might-
world is the color green.
No,
might
it's
actually
not.
be green.
It is because every mirror, if you reflect
There
enough,
are different kinds of mirrors.
mm-mm,
Yeah, huh?
nuh-uh,
Yes, there are.
it's green.
No, it's not.
Look it up.
What about a mirror that's made out of a polished metallic surface?
Green.
It's not.
That's a
green.
reflective surface. That's not a mirror.
It is a mirror.
I
No,
mean,
it's a reflective surface.
yeah, that's a reflective.
Like
surface.
a
I'm
mirror
talking like
is
a mirror.
A reflective surface.
Mirrors are
mimics a mirror.
Mirrors are made out of silver.
Has a mirrored effect, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, they are. They are made out of silver, and if they reflect enough times, it becomes green. The light shift becomes green.
Well,
if you
yeah,
put two
yeah,
of them.
yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I've experienced this with the infinite hallway.
So you know then.
Yeah.
Got it.
The infinite hallway.
Why does the
Anyways.
infinite hallway get darker?
Oh, you're losing light.
I don't think so.
You are.
Uh-uh.
Because it's absorbing it.
No. It's,
Oh,
The infinite hallway is absorbing the light.
it's
taking
just-
my light.
It's dark down there.
Oh, it's just dark down the hallway.
Yeah.
There's less electricity in their world.
So,
I see.
I think we've
Thoroughly talked about
substantially given Paul
Wasn't
an
there a third
adequate
topic?
amount of new fears.
Yeah, Cyrus is scared now.
Our next and final topic of discussion: the flaws of human anatomy.
We went in total backwards order.
Did we?
Yeah,
They don't know that.
that's true.
We don't know
Well, I
that.
guess they do now.
But no, they don't because we're lying right now.
Now,
Look at me now, Ma!
we as human beings are a miraculous marvel of engineering.
Why the fuck do we have an appendix?
We truly are.
Tell me right now.
Why do we have an appendix?
Yeah.
Well, I believe the appendix. I think, if I recall correctly, the appendix's job is to handle. It's like a vestigial organ that we have that allowed us to handle raw food better. But I could be totally wrong about that. But we have like almost 2 of every organ that matters.
Almost.
We can exist without the other ones, except for your heart. But we can exist with half a brain. We can, a liver will regenerate if there's like 17% of it left.
Yeah, that's true.
Within a year, you have 2 kidneys. You don't need both of them.
You're struggling with one lung, but you're
No, you're not even struggling with
No?
one lung. You can run marathons with one lung. One lung, if you have a lung removed, that remaining lung will expand to encompass the area of your chest that the other one existed in. You can live with half a brain. They sometimes perform a hemispherologist, or I don't know. Sometimes in severe epilepsy cases, they'll remove half a patient's brain, and they suffer 0 cognitive impairment.
it's kind of like those are redundancies. Redundancies are fine. We're trying to talk about what sucks about human bodies.
I'll kick it off. The location of our asshole is
Problematic.
wildly inconvenient, and the fact that we as humans, so there's a few things, right, that we do in our daily lives as human beings that aren't necessary. For instance, we wear clothing and we wear shoes. These things aren't necessary, but they've become an everyday normal occurrence for us. We as human beings can't exist without toilet paper. We have to wipe our asses. We're the only things in the animal kingdom that have to wipe our asses after we take a shit.
We don't have to. We like to.
No. You have to because it will get infected and you will die.
That's gay.
And the fact that our
Sepsis.
the fact that our rectums is so inconveniently nestled between in this deep crevasse of tissue between our cheeks is just a breeding ground of bacteria and warmth and moisture.
Yeah.
I believe that this problem could have been remedied if our bodies developed a second tongue at our buttholes that like would come out and slurp around the rim and clean up the mess. Obviously, it would be devoid of taste buds. At least I'd hope so.
See, I'm trying to evolve a different way where I just process all my waste into a liquid and piss it out.
Yeah, but what would you do with the solid waste?
No. The solid becomes a liquid. That's how strong.
Like a slurry.
I want my
You gotta
stomach
drink
acid
extra.
to be so strong that it just dissolves anything I put in it.
I would like to see us
Except my own
evolve
stomach.
to be fueled by photosynthesis.
That would be cool, but inefficient.
Yeah, night shift, you're dead.
You know what else doesn't make sense to me? Sleeping. Why did we ever evolve to need sleep?
Everything needs sleep.
No. Why did we evolve to need sleep?
To work at a higher
Are you
function.
asking why everything evolved to need sleep?
Yeah. It seems like a pointless thing. Rest makes sense. Sleep doesn't.
Sleep is baffling because it's so weird. We just shut it the fuck down for 8 hours.
Except
we
you
just
don't.
We just
You
go into
really
stasis.
don't. Your body does, but your brain is fully active.
I want to know why sleep repairs us. It's
Yeah.
baffling.
Yeah, and
I want to know too.
another thing is, why did we ever gain lactic acid in our bodies? Why did we ever evolve that?
You know,
Joints.
I
Caustic
read
spit.
No. Because
One day
people.
we'll have caustic spit.
One day.
one day we will have poison glands.
You want to know?
This is actually true. According to scientists, every path our like evolutionary direction is taking us suggests that one day we will have venomous saliva. But
Daycare's going to be a whole new ball.
I
game,
doubt
but-
we'll ever.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you
that
say?
would be
Daycare.
I doubt we'll be susceptible to one another's venom.
Yeah, probably.
Probably will be, to be
Well,
honest.
then how would anyone ever know? Unless they, like, spit on an animal.
What do you mean?
And
You're-
it, like,
No.
I'm not talking about acidic saliva.
caustic spittle, man.
Caustic
It's caustic.
spit is not a thing in any
Yeah.
creature.
It'd be venomous.
Wait.
We'd be venomous.
I
We
mean
wouldn't be
insects,
poisonous.
but
So, here's a weird fact. Ever since you can classify something as a Homo sapien, we have been the same. We are the same as people 100,000 years ago. We just have new knowledge.
well,
We
yeah.
just have more access to information. We are the same as that guy 400 years ago.
I mean, we're a
I
little
would hope so.
taller.
Little taller, but really we haven't changed much. Our brains haven't increased too much in size since then.
Our bone structure is different.
It's true.
Don't say that word around me.
What?
Bone structure?
Bones.
We're not getting into this right now, Cyrus.
What's wrong
Why,
with bones?
Cyrus?
You know bones don't exist.
We're not bone gating right now.
Bone gate.
You know they don't exist.
I know.
What's
So
wrong with
the
getting
people
extra
aren't ready.
bones as you grow?
okay,
Um,
so listen. You mentioned sleeping.
I
Here
did.
is another thing that I would like to discuss briefly, because I find it wholly unnerving, and that is human laughter. Why the fuck do we do that?
Because we... What? Wait, what? What?
It's meant to build.
Step aside.
bonds.
Remove yourself from your human body for a second,
so, like, from society.
and take a look at laughter from like if you were an alien that came to Earth and you watched two humans laughing at each other, it would be the scariest, most maniacal thing you've ever seen, and you wouldn't fucking know what they were doing. You'd have no idea, and you wouldn't know why. It would be confusing and scary.
I think there's an animal species that has developed laughter as a social. It's a social thing. Humans laugh as a social.
Yeah, but
It helps us bond.
yeah, but deeper than the actual act of laughing is humor. The response of humor in your brain
Oh yeah.
is fucking weird. What do we have that for?
Here's a interesting fact.
Like, why do I look at something and it triggers a response inside of my brain that then goes down to my diaphragm and makes it spastically convulse?
That is a fair point. Speaking of weird brain functions, the same gland that we developed in our brain, like gland, that's not the word, we're part of our brain that we developed to view, like disgust, like things that we look like food, like if we were looking into like an expired berry, the thing that would make us feel disgust about that berry. It has two functions. It also makes us physically, is why people can sometimes get sick when they see things that are morally wrong in most views, is that is that part of your brain also activates when you see things like murder or rape.
Isn't that because of bacteria and it's like a safety guard to stop bacteria?
It's not bacteria. It's
I think it has. I believe it has something to
Basically-
do with your vagus nerve.
yeah, something like that. But basically, a part of your brain that elicits disgust also elicits disgust towards physical actions other people can take. So you can physically feel disgust about both that and food. The food part makes sense. You know, you don't want to eat rotten food. That's why we feel disgust towards it. But dual function. So that's actually not really a flaw, more like a benefit, I'd say.
What about how when people think things are cute, they want to kill it. They want to just wring
I'm
it
sorry,
back.
that's not a-
yes. It is a thing.
Is it?
It is
You don't
absolutely a thing.
experience that?
Never. I've
There is
never thought
this
that.
unique
What?
phenomenon where when an individual perceives something as cute, the cute sensation is overwhelming and they are driven to either smother it or bite it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you ever see a mother,
Your body
like,
doesn't know
nibble-
what to do with it.
like
And
nibble
so
on,
it begins to consider it a threat.
I have
It is a weird
I think.
never- I have never felt this before.
Did
Hold
you
on.
miss a biology
Discuss. I'm going to look this up. for
So
more
have you ever
specific
seen
answers.
like a mother like nibble on a baby's legs?
What is that?
Nibble, nibble.
What do you like a human mother nibbling on their child's legs?
Yeah.
No. This sounds like sociopath behavior to
not.
me.
So,
None
like,
of
our
this
brain-
sounds normal.
Our brain doesn't understand small
cute things?
cute things. Doesn't understand them.
Do you
Do you
think
ever hear the analogy? Ooh, it's so cute. I just want to smother it, or I just want to squeeze it.
Yes.
I have
Squeeze its little chubby
so,
cheeks.
so here's the thing. I've heard that. I've never understood it
Okay.
because never once have I felt the need.
It's called cute aggression or playful aggression. And it says, cute aggression is a type of dimorphous expression. That's when your external actions or expressions don't match what you're feeling on the inside. Another example of a dimorphous expression would be when you're so happy you can't help but cry. If someone took a photo of you in that moment and showed it to someone else without any context, that person might be justifiably worried about your well-being. But why do some of us react in a strange way? Yada, yada, yada. Facial expressions play a huge role in helping us to communicate. They demonstrate to others how we are feeling and how we might act next. Use the example of someone crying with happiness after receiving an award. At that moment when they smile, you'd have an impression that they're very happy. If they start crying, our research shows that you'd have the impression that they're very happy and also that they need a minute to regroup and regain. As we evolved as a species, it became incredibly important for people to understand what those around them were going to do next. Where the fuck does it get into cute aggression?
I don't think it will because it's not real.
It is.
Calling
you
it
missed a
now.
biology
It
lesson.
is.
First
Okay,
off,
okay.
I didn't miss a
Typically,
biology
the
lesson.
things we find cute have a set of physical characteristics called the Kinder schema or body schema. This-
Kinder.
Kinder, by the way, in German means child, so childlike structure.
Troublesome Kinder.
This includes rounded cheeks, big eyes, a large forehead, a small chin, and a small nose. When we see something that has these characteristics, we have an urge to behave in the same way we would with babies. We want to protect it, care for it, be close to it, and provide for it. Even inanimate objects which fulfill some of these characteristics can be considered cute. Let me see here.
I mean, why do you think
Yeah,
kids?
it's twofold. Like, you want to, like, hold it really close to protect it, but you're, like, holding it too much.
See,
Or too rough.
again, I've never felt this before.
You want it inside you because it's the only way to protect it fully.
You want to eat it for what it is.
That is such a weird thing that I think I have evolved out of, gentlemen.
I just don't think you've seen something.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, it stems from a feeling of being overwhelmed.
Which that's so weird. That is a flaw. That is a certifiable flaw, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't understand because I keep saying, I don't think I've ever felt like something was so cute I wanted to kill it. I've looked at things and been like, oh, that's pretty damn cute.
I just think you
I've
haven't seen something cute.
I've had
enough.
intrusive thoughts of grab the baby by the ankle and slam its head on the ground, but not because it was cute. Because I don't see babies as cute.
They're not regular as fuck.
I honestly don't think babies are cute personally.
Maybe you've only seen ugly babies.
But I also do
Never seen a
have
pretty bitty.
I also have the thought, it's a baby, protect it if you must.
If you must.
If you must, very much.
If it's convenient, protect a baby.
That's true. If I see a child that is related to me, I'm like, all right, I'll protect it when the time comes. But
Human flaw.
what is human flaw?
Teeth.
Teeth.
Fuck
oh,
y'all.
yes.
Don't start
No,
on this.
we're
I'm going to
starting.
fucking lose my mind.
We should grow.
I want to hear.
I think we should stay on it now.
You guys are fucking entering my hill.
We have to grow new. We should
Welcome
evolve.
to my hill.
We gotta grow new teeth.
Teeth are the epitome of evolution. They are physical representations of the mechanics of the cosmos as a whole.
What?
Everything in the universe, the entire universe, works off of consumption and the transference of energy through consumption. Right?
Correct.
Teeth are designed to feed. Everything eats everything.
Yeah.
From the highest order to the lowest.
Are we still talking about teeth here?
I think we're talking about the order of the universe. I'm just trying to discuss why we don't just grow new teeth when our teeth break.
I support
Like
that.
sharks?
Like we should be more shark. Can we? You know what? Here's what we
I
should
don't
do.
think the
We
long,
should fix all of our problems with genetic modification right now. Make me a shark person.
I don't think that human
You don't want that much teeth.
that a human's
I do.
lifespan justifies regrowing teeth.
It does though.
It's not long enough.
It does.
It
'cause
doesn't necessitate
Do
it.
you
If
realize we
we didn't-
already go through a full set
Yeah.
and then get adult teeth? And then
If-
if you don't, like, we're also one of the only people that have to worry about
taking care of them.
taking care of
if
them.
we didn't take care of them,
And then sometimes your body can just be stripped of calcium, like mothers. Mothers, if the baby takes too much calcium from them, their teeth will fucking fall out.
Well, that's a mom's job.
I'm just saying, like, we should for sure have multiple
Honestly,
sets.
if the
Plus-
worst thing you experience from giving birth to a child is that your teeth fall out, you're doing pretty good.
that's true. but
Mother
also-
octopuses just die.
That's fair. And male octopuses rip their penis off and throw it at the females because they might get murdered.
Fucking take it.
Also,
Literally go
here's the
fuck
thing,
yourself.
though. Here's my argument. Also, it's just more teeth. Like
I support this argument. you're
I'm
making.
saying-
Like chainsaw teeth? Like they just move?
that would be dope if
Chainsaw
we
teeth,
had
you just kind of
that. Well, no, that wouldn't be practical. We
Already
wouldn't
have
need.
a fighting
We
problem.
wouldn't
Don't
need
make
it.
me worse.
I'm not talking about practical. I'm talking about cool.
You know
like, if,
that-
like, give me. I just want more teeth. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know that the act of chewing is technically called mastication?
That's weird. Weird name.
I did
But
know
why?
that. I did know that.
I'm here for more teeth. I am a
Um,
teeth guy.
Fingernails.
Are pointless.
While
They
no,
aren't. They are actually very useful.
was gonna
While
say.
we're on the topic of hands, I believe that hands should be symmetrical and that there should be a thumb on both sides.
I think we should have 6 fingers. Which also, if you didn't know, six-finger gene is a dominant trait in people. It's just there's so few of them that we don't have six fingers commonly. More fingers is good for people. Give us better grip strength.
We can
I feel
change
like a
this.
thumb on the other side would be weird.
It
Why?
But I
would.
feel like that's only because I
You're-
can't fathom it.
Yeah, you're not used to having
So
to think,
not
like,
only would I like to have a thumb.
imagine grabbing a bottle like you guys can't see this, but like this with your other with your new thumb.
Yeah, not only would I like another
Such a solid grip.
thumb on the other side, I would also like my elbows to move in both directions. I would like omnidirectional elbows.
That sounds like a great idea if it
does.
weren't for the mechanics of it, and that ball joints in bodies is probably a terrible idea.
We have them already
Where?
in our hips.
I feel like we'd break our blood vessels
Our hips
doing
are
that.
and shoulders are ball joints.
That's why you can do this.
Fair play. I'm wrong.
Yes, you are.
Like a,
And then-
like a what is it? What are they called? A rotator cuff.
Yeah.
The cuff is surrounding the joint.
I would also like better eyes.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though. We already have pretty good eyes.
Yeah,
They
but
can-
we
You
got
were just born with shitty ones.
who?
I mean, if you need better eyes, you were born with shittier ones.
No, I mean like compared to a peregrine falcon.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
like Zoom?
yeah.
And-
you want 4 times zoom?
And I'd
Like, I was
also
gonna
like
say, 'cause we
the lapidus lucidus
you want
cat lens thing.
the eyeballs that blink the other way.
That's called yes, that's called vertical nictation.
Yep, that's what you want. I'm just saying we've already got decent eyes, but then again they've kind of
Or maybe it's
evolved.
horizontal nictation. I
They've
think it's
evolved. Horizon is what we have.
horizontal.
Yeah, that's what we have. But we've already got pretty good eyes. We can see something as small as a candlelight. Now, then again, it's because we evolved to see fire good, but we can see a candle flame
I see fire good.
over a mile away. If
Yeah, but I want to see like the candle over
you
a mile.
you want to
away.
zoom in. You want zoomable lenses.
Yeah.
He wants 4 times scope. Eye.
Yeah.
On his
Yeah.
eyeballs.
I want to see everything.
Maybe 12 times.
You know what?
Wake
I
up.
s-
And I want
accidentally
more.
zoom
I
in.
want more.
okay with
I
this.
want more color cone.
I want.
Oh, you want that? You want mantis shrimp color cones?
Yeah, I want to see the
We've all-
entire spectrum of light.
You can't though. Nothing. No eyeball has seen the entire spectrum yet.
Imagine.
I know,
this.
but I want to.
So you want infinite color cones?
I want to see it all.
Anti-magic cones.
What?
What? Jason,
Um.
imagine what?
So imagine you wake up, you have the ability to zoom in with your eyes. You forgot to take it off right before you went to bed. You're on 16 times zoom. Wake up, open your eyes, and you are zoomed in perfectly on like a very, very gross looking spider that's like red and blue and super hairy, eating like a fly.
It's like red and
And you
blue.
just woke up.
Why is it red and blue? What
Just
kind
because.
of spiders are you seeing that are red? Are you Spider-Man,
No,
Jason?
no.
Do you have
I mean,
spider
you did
powers?
say
Definitely
the
not
2
Spider-Man.
colors that Spider-Man.
That is the color. No, that's the color of the Spider-Man spider.
Yeah, the Spider-Man spider
Yeah.
and Spider-Man.
This is also very off topic, but that was a real spider that bit him in the one movies.
The Tobey Maguire movie.
Yeah, it was a real spider that they painted blue and red.
That's hilarious, actually.
Also, the director wanted it to be a Black Widow, and they wouldn't allow it because danger.
Yeah, because Black Widow.
Because death.
Exactly. But yeah, I think we can wrap this up about now. It's been about an hour and 13 minutes.
Just imagine hearing a
All right,
15-year-old
folks.
go and get
If you like what you listen to, leave a comment.
Do
Give
the
us
like
some
thing.
random ideas that we can talk about, whether we're wrong or right about said topic. Give us the topics.
sharks if they had legs.
Yeah, feel free
Yeah,
to
give
put
us
your input down in the comments, and don't forget to check out our merch store.
that we have eventually.
Nah, we already have it. We
That's
just don't
true.
know about it.
Yeah, it's secret. You got to do a code. It's a
So we
quest.
have several clones of me in a deep, dark basement,
Sweatshop.
They're all in.
basement.
They're all
they've
in.
got
They're all in Paul's mirror.
they've got insurance. They're not sweatshop. They have insurance. They also have a 401k, and they make shirts. But you do have to whip them every now and again.
What are you paying them with?
Shirts.
Potato
Anyway,
chip sandwiches.
I am Hutch Underbrunch, and this has been Carbon Based.
And I'm
Until
J-
next time.
and I'm Jake.